The UK government has asked companies to store medicines in the event of delivery delays after exiting the EU internal market. The British government has asked drug dealers to stock up on drugs in preparation for Britain's exit from the EU internal market on December 31st. Companies should store medicines for 6 weeks if there are delivery delays, the UK Department of Health said last week. The situation could be exacerbated by the coronavirus pandemic. Great Britain left the EU on January 31st. However, due to the transitional agreement, the rules of the internal market and the customs union will remain in effect until the end of the year. Great Britain and the EU are negotiating a new trade agreement at the moment. However, talks have long been stalled and it is unclear whether an agreement will be reached. I'm starting really to doubt that. A storm is brewing over the British Isles. While the country is being hit harder by the COVID-19 pandemic than any other European country in terms of the number of cases and unfortunately fatalities, the clock is ticking at the end of the transition period after Brexit. And in the letter published last week, the Ministry of Health emphasizes to the companies that, despite the pandemic, the government would not request an extension of the transition period beyond December 31st, even if they wanted to. The deadline for this already expired on June 30th. So, the British expect border and customs controls from January, which the British government wants to introduce in a 3-stage process by July 2021. The worries that the trucks will then line up in long queues between Dunkirk, Calais and Coquelles on the one hand and between Dover and Folkestone on the other are far from off the table, even in view of the pandemic. Our common goal should therefore be to reduce potential disruptions to the UK's supply of all categories of medical products, the letter said. In addition to good preparations for the upcoming border and customs controls, as well as the increased use of alternative routes in order not to clog the bottleneck at the canal, the companies should therefore also be prepared for the worst, namely an at least partial teardown of supplies. We encourage companies to make inventory a key part of their quota plans, and we ask industry wherever possible to stock up on British soil for 6 weeks, said the Department of Health. And if you now want to know more about European politics from a German point of view, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you in the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!